Hi. In this video, we are going to look into a worksheet covering scalars and vectors. Now, for this worksheet in particular, we're going to learn how to draw vector diagrams in order to find resultant force, right? Or the resultant vector. Okay, so first, now we have two vectors arranged like this, and we are required to get them as in to obtain the resultant vector using the parallelogram method. Okay, parallelogram method. So what do we do with parallelogram method? We're going to form a parallelogram. So first, we're going to draw this side, all right? And if you take note of the arrow, it should be from the left to the right. Now, same way for the other force, okay? Now, we're going to make a copy of this force, right? And the direction would will follow the direction from the top to the bottom. Okay, follow the direction of the arrow. Then next, what are we going to do is we're going to shift this vector to this side, and we're going to shift the other vector to the opposite end, because for a parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal, right? So now, as you can see that it is a parallelogram, okay, because we shifted the copy opposite to the opposite side, right? So we've got a parallelogram, okay, where the opposite sides are equal and the opposite sides are parallel. Now, then last but not least, the resultant vector would be from our starting point, which is at the root of our two vectors, to the ending point. Alright, so from start to finish, we join a line across, and we use a double arrow to signify that this is a resultant vector. Okay, so we have to use double arrows to signify that this is a resultant vector. Okay, so imagine now you're a cart, and then you're being pulled by two bulls or two cows. So where is your resultant direction? Obviously, is to the to this direction, from left to right, to the southeast direction. Okay, so there you go, the first part. Now the second part B, tip to tail method. So in this part B, we actually see two vectors join. Okay, the tip of the first vector is joined to the tail of the second vector, and you can see that these two vectors form a flow. Okay, you can trace their flow nicely. Alright, so what is the resultant vector? Same thing, we start from one point, we end at the other point. So the resultant vector is simply a line joining the starting to the ending point. Double arrow for the resultant vector. Okay. Now, question 2. They give you a sample of two different vectors. So what are we going to do now is that we are going to arrange them, okay, and draw our own, and to find the resultant vector using the two methods. So first, the parallelogram method. Now let's look at the individual vectors first. We have a vector from the left to the right, okay, towards the southeast direction, right? Then we have another vector over here to the southwest direction. Okay, so what are we going to do here is we're going to move this somewhere down here, copy and paste. We're going to move that somewhere over there, copy and paste. So there you have it, our original equation, as you can see in the previous page. So now using this, how do we get a parallelogram? So the opposite sides must be equal. So that's why I'm just doing a copy and paste, right? So same thing, I just copy and I paste it here. The arrows will still stay the same, right? Now from last but not least, where is our starting point at the top? Where is our ending point at the bottom? So we will just use a line to draw from the start to the end, right? And so that will be the resultant vector. Okay, so this is your parallelogram method. Now for the tip to tail method, now here I'm going to copy, right? I'm going to copy and paste it somewhere here. Okay, and the second vector I will just copy and paste it here as well, right? So we have two vectors, the first vector and second vector. Resultant force would be from the starting to the ending point like this. So it's just one line joining the start to the end. Okay, and double arrow to signify that this is a resultant vector. So there you have it, a worksheet to discuss your how to draw vector drawings. Okay, so have fun studying and have a good time studying. Thank you.